Yeah, here I am. I wanted to um just talk, I guess. My hair looks like crazy. I look like a lion right now. It's just weird and weighed down and weird. Um so anyway, I just wanted to come on here and talk. Wow, my hair looks crazy. Sorry. um I kind of feel guilty coming on camera and talking about this because I feel as though lately my videos have been more about me being down than they have been about me being happy and perky. Um, I think people who know me the best knows, well, they say that I'm always perky and joyful and stuff. And I don't feel that way. I really don't. But I'm glad that um, it's perceived that way. Not that I'm not a happy person. For the most part, I am, but I feel as though I deal with a lot of things, and because I'm not usually like in public or just around a lot of people, I deal with those things a lot more often than I feel like a typical person would. Everyone has issues. Everyone has personal things that they deal with, but I think when you're busy, when you have things going on, it's really easy to kind of put that on the back burner or just sweep it under the rug or just not make it a big deal in general. But for me, I have way too much time on my hands, and that results in me um, dwelling on things. I don't want to say I make problems, but either I kind of rehash old issues or um, realize that there are other things going on that I feel like I should deal with. Um, but I can't deal with them. At least I feel like I can't deal with them. Like there have been things that I've dealt with recently that I feel as though I'm a lot better with. I referred to before on here as clutter, and I think that I've gotten better at managing clutter. But at the same time, I feel like when I get rid of clutter, then there's other things to organize. It's kind of like when you clean up your messy closet and it's really, really good for a week. And then you go back in there and it's like clothes everywhere again. Maybe everyone's not as messy as me, but that's how it is for me. Um, yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. There are a couple of things I think that are my issue. Um, I went back to doing my yoga, and I was doing it maybe 5 days a week or so. Um, and then that kind of stopped for a little while. We had a couple of visitors come into town, and that kind of threw me off of my routine. Um, Especially when my sister-in-law was here, because like they were using the living room and stuff, and I didn't want to like take over the living room to like do my yoga. And I have this weird thing about working out in front of people, even if it's yoga. I don't know, I just feel like that's when like my flaws are all out there, and I don't know, I've just always been weird about that. It's different when they're working out with you, but just to be watched as I'm working out is really weird to me. Like my husband is so sweet, and he always gives me like compliments and stuff like while I'm doing my yoga. And according to him, it's sexy, but for me, it's just like everything. I'm still weird about that kind of thing. Of course, I'm more comfortable in front of him than I would be in front of anyone else, but it's still something that I deal with. Um, so yeah, I was off my yoga game for a while, and then I went back. Oh, well, no, right after that in August, I went out of town, and that kind of threw me off too with yoga. And it was probably about a week, like after it was about a week after I got back before I actually started doing my yoga again. Then I would do it like maybe like a few times a week or whatever. And like I did, last time I did yoga was 2 days ago. And I just, I feel weird about doing it now. Like, I don't like hardcore working out. Mostly because I'm not trying to lose a ton of weight. Any physical activity obviously is really good. But I'm not looking to be tiny. Like, in a perfect world, if we're being honest, I could stand to lose about 50 to 60 pounds. That's just my personal opinion. I don't want to be, well, let me see, 60, is that really a fair number? About 50 pounds, I think. I don't want to be as small as I used to be. It's funny, I used to want to be super duper duper small. Like, the goal was like to be like 120, like a size like 5, and I got pretty close, but I never quite made it to that goal. And my biggest issue since I was little has always been my belly. I've never, ever, 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 ever have had a flat tummy. Like, that's just a thing I have never had. But after being married for almost 5 years and being in a relationship for almost 10 years, I'm finally over the idea of having a super flat tummy. Like, I could stand to lose some belly fat, and some, fat in other areas, but I'm not like dead set on having a flat belly, especially seeing as though I'm trying to have a baby, which will extend my belly. um, but it's something that just like physical activity is just a weird thing for me. The other reason why I don't like super high impact physical activity is just because I have asthma, and I used to love jogging. Like, I used to jog every single day. I absolutely loved it. And I think that really played a big part in my weight loss at the time and everything. But I also remember every time I would go on these runs, I would have to like stop constantly. I had to always have my inhaler with me. And when I got home, like, my chest would always be really tight. There was a couple of times I had to use like a breathing machine that we just happened to have in the house because most of my immediate family has asthma. So that was frustrating. And I think I just have exercise induced asthma. So that didn't really work out for me. So, the whole idea was to find something that I felt like I could do that would show me results, and, just work best for my schedule. So yoga was it. So anyway, the problem that I'm having with yoga is I like yoga a lot, and I love what it represents. I love what it is. I love the benefits of it. The problem that I have is I don't want to just work out. I want to work out and eat right. And for the most part, I think I do pretty decent as far as eating right. The problem is, for me at least, eating right is very expensive. There was this challenge. It was like a PCOS challenge thing. And I've been doing a lot of research on different foods that I should avoid, different foods that I should incorporate more into my lifestyle. And making these changes cost a lot more than I thought it would. And it's not even that it's a big deal. It's just I don't have the money to do it full time. So, like, for instance, dairy is something I've been trying to cut out for the most part. I still have it sometimes. Like, who doesn't like ice cream, things like that. But for the most part, I pretty much try to cut out dairy. But every now and then I'll have it. Like, if I want cheese, I'm not gonna eat vegan cheese. I'm just not. I would rather have regular cheese if I want it. So I'll have like, sharp cheddar or something like that. But it's not like I'm not like a cheese person. It's just every now and then there will be something that I'm having and it has cheese in it, so I'll have it. Ooh, hold on. Sorry, it's just something happening right now. Okay, anyway. Sorry. Okay. So, yeah, I would, yeah, just have the things that I want, but in like moderation. But like the things that I've been trying to incorporate more into my diet, are things that I enjoy anyway. So there's a lot more vegetables. a lot more fruits and things like that. I'm not a big fruit person actually, but I do love veggies. Um, so yeah, I've been trying to just stay on track with that. Another thing is like instead of dairy, I'll do like almond milk or that's pretty much it. I don't have like a ton of dairy. Um, so get back on track, Asia. Yeah, as far as foods go, um, I I think I do pretty okay. The problem that I'm having though is I don't have a car. So our closest grocery store is it's like a train ride away. It's like maybe a mile or two down the road. And it's super awesome because usually when I'm ready to go shopping, my mom will happily take me and we'll get groceries and everything. But my mom also has a very busy schedule. So I won't dare ask her to take me like once a week to go get groceries. But usually like once, maybe twice in a month, she'll take me to get what I need, which is really helpful. And I've been trying to find a better way to shop because what I used to do is I would take advantage of the fact that I was in a car, so I would get a lot more groceries. But again, because I've changed the way that I eat, a lot of them are fresh ingredients and they don't last more than a week. So I'll find that I'm trying to like scurry and like make a bunch of stuff that I'm not gonna eat, or it'll just go bad before I have a chance to use it. So then I had to change the way I shop. Said, well, I'll just get what I need for this week, and then I'll just worry about the other weeks when they come. So I would go shopping and I would get the things that I need for the week. And if there was more stuff that I needed the next week, I just have to go out and get it. And the other problem is when I'm trying to shop better, eat better for myself. The goal is obviously I'm trying to beat my condition, clearly. I'm trying to um, just, I'm trying to have a baby. I'm trying to have a healthier vessel so that I can produce a child. That's obviously the goal. But I also feel like if I'm making all these changes for myself, while I won't go so extreme and say that my family has to do that too or eat the things that I eat, I am trying to incorporate incorporate better choices for them as well. So for instance, not that I would like really buy white bread anyway. I don't buy white bread. I would get like, like whole wheat bread and things like that. Now my family, they're a little bit picky, so they don't like the bread with like the grains and the oats on top. I do, but they don't. So I'll just buy like regular whole wheat bread and make sure it's like plain on the top, things like that. Like every now and then, like if he wants, like if my husband happens to be picking up a few things, then he'll get like white bread, and I don't trip about that because every now and then everyone has a craving and it's fine. But like I said, for the most part, I try to get better choices for my family. So yeah, I try to stay away from like the processed foods and um, things like that. So anyway, I am really just talking a lot. Get back on track. So the problem is making these changes for myself. It's a pretty penny. But making these changes for myself and also trying to do the right thing by incorporating better choices for my family, it's not as much money, but it is more expensive. So for instance, someone who would go into the store and say, okay, I'm gonna make, I don't know, I'm gonna make fried chicken and a box of macaroni, I don't know, something like pre-made. It probably wouldn't cost as much as, say, I'm going to go and buy the ingredients I need to bake chicken, which is not expensive. I'm not saying that's expensive, but that, and then I personally prefer fresh vegetables. There's nothing wrong with like canned vegetables or frozen vegetables. I just like to roast my vegetables, so I like them fresh. So like buying that, and then like I don't know, maybe we have like potatoes or something. Like that's not a very expensive meal at all. But I try to give my family options. I don't want to make the same type of thing over and over and over again. So it can be kind of hard to get creative, but also try to stay healthy. It's a challenge. It has been a big challenge, and I spend a lot more money trying to be healthy than I did when I wasn't as healthy. So anyway, back to the original point. My yoga and my, I don't want to say diet, but my foods of choice, I guess, they kind of sometimes contradict each other. I can do my yoga. I don't need to spend money to do my yoga. I have a yoga mat. I have the yoga blocks. I have, access to whatever type of yoga program I want to do. Or a lot of times I just do like free flow yoga. So that works for me because I don't have to spend money on that. And if I do spend money on that, it's like a one-time purchase type deal. But then when it comes to the diet part of it, I'll do really good for a week, 2 weeks. But then we hit that point where we're running low on funds, so I have to go to more convenient foods, which just completely throws off any progress that I was making. So then I say, okay, well, how can I make this situation better? So I'll go and eat the foods that I know I shouldn't be having, but in moderation. But that just doesn't seem to work for me. Yes, anything in moderation is fine, but the whole goal is I'm trying to make my condition better. I'm trying to get my body where it needs to be, not necessarily weight loss. I know weight loss and everything will probably be a result of what I'm trying to do. But again, the goal is to be healthy enough to be able to carry a child, to be able to produce a child. And I don't feel as though I've made any progress. I've made progress in the sense where I'm comfortable with doing my yoga more. And the healthier options that I make available for myself are yummy and I love them. I have no issue with them, but I can't afford it. So half of the month I'm doing really well, and then the other half is really sucky, and it just contradicts each other, So with that, it's really hard to stay motivated to continue to do the yoga and different things like that. I know that working out or any physical activity is really good, and I know that a good diet is really good too, but I also know that, I don't know if there's like a scale, the diet is probably 60% of being healthy, in my opinion, is probably more so what you're consuming. And then the other 40% is probably the physical activity. And I feel like I would just be working out and then eating bad, working out and then eating bad. And then for 2 weeks, I'm eating really good and working out, but then we go back to eating bad and working out. And I can't afford what I'm trying to do. And the whole purpose of me taking the more natural route and trying to better myself was supposed to be cheaper so that I wasn't spending $300 on fertility vitamins every month, because oh my gosh, those are expensive. So I don't know. I really, it's frustrating, and that's one of the things that I think I've been dealing with. Wow, that was a long segment just about food and yoga. But besides the food and yoga, I find I just have too much time on my hands. It's that simple. I am extremely needy, but I also want time to myself. But I also want to spend time with someone. But I find lately I find myself bored with the things I would usually do. I don't know what I would usually do. Like maybe watch something, watch TV, watch a movie, watch a show. Like if I find a show I'm really into, I'll watch it. I'll watch it to death. Like I'll get up, I'll do my yoga if I'm doing it that day. I'll clean the place, and then I just kind of sit around, I might check some emails, make a couple of calls, But yeah, like recently I was into Game of Thrones, so I finally caught up and I watched all of it, and I was just kind of like, what to do now? So then I'll find another show and I get into that, but it's always trying to find something and keep myself busy. And it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. I don't know. I feel like maybe I need a job or something, like something that's gonna take up most of my time. And I know what would take up most of my time, which is school. And I'm so anxious to start school, assuming that they're even going to accept me. But I don't know if I'll be able to start school in October the way I really, really would like to. What's holding me up right now is I've already done everything I can possibly do on my part. The problem is the application process itself is being delayed, and it's taking a lot longer than usual. I also applied for an application fee waiver. The fee is like $70, which isn't horrible. Even if I have the money, I'm really weird. I'm really, really cheap. I don't like the idea of paying for something and you can potentially say no. If I was paying the application fee and it was a guarantee that I would be accepted, I would have no issue paying it, assuming that I even have the money to pay it. But the idea of paying for something and it's like, I don't know if you're going to say yes or not. So anyway, also it doesn't help that I actually don't have the money to pay for that right now. So I have a wonderful, wonderful advisor who has been helping me through this entire process. Um, and according to her, it usually takes about 2 weeks to be accepted if you're going to accept it or approved for the application waiver. Um, but it is delayed right now, so it could probably take anywhere from 2.5 to 3 weeks, maybe longer. And then that's just getting the fee paid. Now they can actually start seeing if they want to accept me, which can take a few weeks too. So the classes, or what will be my classes, will probably start, will start in October 11th. And that's like a little less than 2 weeks away, and I don't see myself starting then. She did tell me there's a possibility that it all works out and, for whatever reason, expedite it, but I just don't see that happening, seeing as though it usually would take 2 weeks just for the waiver. Hello. Hi. You're getting messages.
Oh no, hey Ray Ray, I was talking to her on the computer.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
So,
This is what I came for.
what'd you go for? Oh, your drink. So, yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated by it, but I'm also not. I'm trying not to be I'm anxious, I should say that. I'm not upset, I'm not frustrated. It's just I've made up my mind about something and I want it to be done. That's how I am. When I make up my mind about something, it's gonna happen most of the time. But I have to wait on someone else to tell me that I can do it. And that's a weird position for me to be in. Worst case scenario is that they say, no, you're not good enough to come here. We're not going to accept you to this university. But ideally, the worst case scenario would be I won't be able to start classes until January, which makes me go a little bonkers because what am I going to do for the next 3 months? I'm just going to be sitting here waiting to be busy. I want to be busy, and I want to be busy with something that I know is good and something that's going to help me in the future. I've got my whole plan mapped out already. Like, maybe I overthink things too much or I plan for the future too much, but I already know what I want to do. I already know what I want to be and all of these things. I would like to be a doctor. I would like to be a very specific type of doctor. If I know exactly what I want to get my bachelor's in, I'm going to study for my master's and for my doctorate. Everything is already set in my head. It's just a matter of waiting to get started. And it's frustrating. And I just find myself just sitting around like, what to do. So I don't know. It's like, should I start applying for jobs? Like, a part-time something that will keep me busy most of the time. You know, I'm away from home, so that when I come home, I miss home and I look forward to sitting around and doing nothing. Or do I just continue to what I feel like is doing nothing with my day? Um, yeah, it's like I need something, but I don't know what it is. I know what I want, but I have no control over that right now. So I need something to feel in that time right now. And I don't want to sit around dwelling on things and being frustrated about things, and worrying about things. And then I find too, because I'm in this weird state, I find myself missing people more and wanting to talk to people more. But just because there's nothing going on with me currently doesn't mean that other people aren't living lives. You know, people are busy, they're doing things, you know, they're working, they're trying to better themselves. um and I feel wrong for even complaining about that, or just feeling that way. And that's why I've felt like I've been extremely needy lately. So yeah, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm not depressed, I'm not sad, I'm not angry. There's nothing wrong. I just have way too much time on my hands. And I don't know what to do about that. I have been in this situation before, or what was like a similar situation, and I've been given the advice to write, to pick up a hobby or an activity. And I've done these things and they're cool, but it's not really me. Like, I'm not a writer. That's my husband. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind, right? Like, I wrote what I thought was a really goofy story, and it was meant to be a goofy story. Like, honestly, I went out of my way to make it goofy to prove that I'm crap at this. But apparently, some people liked it, which is really weird. And I was encouraged to do more, but it took my mind off of things in the moment. But if I had enjoyed it, I would still be doing it, you know? Like, I'm not a writer. That's not me. It's my husband. So for me, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I seriously don't know what to do. Um, and perhaps I'm being hard on myself. I don't feel like I have many talents or anything like that. Like, I get compliments and they're very sweet. I get told like I'm very nurturing and this and that, and that's all wonderful. You know, maybe I am a nurturing person. You know, perhaps I am a pretty darn nurturing person. And I would like to continue to be a nurturing person by being a doctor, a nurturing doctor. Um, but yeah, I can't really do that right now. I'm still waiting. So what do I do? What do I do with my time? Um, what do I do with myself while I wait? It's bothering, you know? Again, I'm not in a dark place or anything, but when I feel this way, I find myself getting really annoyed with myself. Like, do something, you know? Like, most people who work and stuff, they want to just be at home with nothing to do. But I'm the opposite. I enjoy my time at home. I really do. I enjoy being with my family. Um, but I need something to do. I need something in front of me. Something, I don't want to say something to create, maybe. I don't know. I just need something, but I don't know what that something is. So it bugs me. It bugs the crap out of me. So that's where I am.
Hi.
Hi.
You are not
My,
near.
huh? My phone beeped.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
you are
right
not
there.
near your phone.
You text me?
No. Hello, Ensign.
Oh, I'm being watched. Hello.
I was told to come in and ask you to say hi.
Oh, hello. I wasn't aware that I was being. I thought that was you with the one little person, but hi. I didn't know it was being watched right now. I had taken a message.
I just wanted to say hi. I figured it was my reason to pop in, show my ugly mug.
Hello. I did not realize I was being watched. I'm sorry. My phone was not near me, but hi. Hello. So yeah, I'm done ranting. I will stop ranting now. I guess I have to be patient. I think I'm a patient person, but apparently I'm not because this is bothering me so much. Um, yeah. This is frustrating. Maybe I should go back to reading. I used to love reading, but I need to find a really good book to read. Once I find a book that's really good to read, like my nose is in the book, you know, I have to actually find a book. I do have books though. So maybe instead of trying to find a book, I should read the books I have. I have like so many books and like half of them I haven't read. So I think maybe I should do that. That'll keep me busy, you know. I have already done all the research I could possibly do on school and things like that. So really what I'm doing is that I'm just looking up the things I already know, which is tedious. So I'll figure it out, you know. I'll be good. I'll be okay. But other than that, everything's well. It's all in my head, but everything's good. I don't really have much to complain about. My family is healthy and safe. You know, I'm able to be home. My husband is home. That's really cool because I missed him a lot when he would be gone all day. You know, it's cool just to be able to hang out. It's funny because when you're for me, when I'm super busy, I just want to be home and not doing anything. When I'm not doing anything, I want to be busy. So I think I really need to find like that balance. And I think school would be really good for that because I will be busy, but I'll also be home most of the time. So that'll work out. It'll be a really good balance for me. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I feel bad that this whole time I was just kind of like ranting about myself. I didn't realize I was being watched. Hello, all. I love you guys so much. And I'm really sorry about a couple of days ago. Just to clarify, I didn't have a lot to drink. I had a very small glass and only half of that glass. And I actually poured out the rest because I really hate drinking alcohol. But my husband, on the other hand, he had quite a bit. And I made him chili that actually had alcohol in it. Yeah, and he went a bit overboard. I was unaware. I actually told him not to drink anymore, but while I was taking a shower, apparently he had 2 more glasses of drink. So most of the night was him being pretty sick, and I tried to be a good doctor and take care of him. So either way, I apologize for that happening, and it won't happen again, even if I have to keep a closer eye on him. But no one's sad. I don't think my husband's sad. He seems pretty normal. So the drinking wasn't because he was sad. I think he was drinking out of boredom. Yeah, I think he was just it was like a social thing, especially because Kari was out there. So I think it was just, he wanted to unwind and relax. And alcohol definitely does that if you drink it the right way. Don't get drunk. You don't drink too much. It's bad. So yeah, that won't happen again. So I'm sorry if it caused any weird things over there, but that won't happen again. Yeah, but he's feeling better today, which is really good. And he wrote more, which is really exciting. So I'm actually going to go and I'm going to read chapter 4 because I have not seen it. But he's been out there writing for a few hours. So I'm really excited to see what else he has. And when that's ready, I will definitely forward that over to you. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm really weird at ending videos when I know someone's watching me. It's really odd and awkward for me. So I'm just gonna do it the traditional way. Bye. And I'm not gonna say I'll be back tomorrow. I will be back to do another video when I'm back to do another video, but I will try my best to do them every day again, especially since I have all this time on my hands. I don't have an excuse anymore. Yesterday was weird. It was really weird because he was still kind of sick and I was taking care of him, but I came today and I have no excuse to not at least do. The original agreement was to do a video every day for 2 minutes. And I've just done almost a 40-minute video, which is crazy. But there's no excuse on why I can't come on camera for 2 minutes, even if there's nothing going on. That's not the point. It's just a video diary. If nothing's going on, I can at least come and say nothing's going on. So I will get better with that. That will be my first hobby, to make sure that I'm getting better with that. So yeah, anyway, bye, and I will see you tomorrow.